Hello, welcome back, boys and girls. Today's story is called Gramps and Me in the Galaxy, written by Lamson, illustrated by David Stedman. Now, this wonderful book is about a sweet little boy and his Gramps and their once in a lifetime trip to the galaxy. Now, let's see what happens. Let's get started. My grandpa said that he tried to teach me everything he knows, like how to use an oatmeal spoon to build men out of snow, and how to ride a rhino, and how to speak Chinese, and how to wrestle elephants by tickling their knees. A week or two ago, my Gramps was heard on TV news. He had captured 7 monkey thieves for stealing children's shoes. And then he threw them in a barrel and they sang a crazy song about spotted purple reindeer who danced and played ping pong. Now our town threw Gramps a party way out in outer space, and he invited me to come along to hold his huge briefcase. Now everything was going fine. We soared among the stars, and all was perfect as a pickle till we met the King of Mars. And the king was tall and gray and wore antenna that could hum, and his eyes were drooped and dreary, his expression rather gloom. "Help me, please, it's coming!" the king shouted in dismay. "It's taking over Neptune, and it's coming right this way! Help me!" Now we stopped our celebration, and Gramps comforted the king and gave him bottled water and a single onion ring. "Please help! The monstrous creature wants to rule the galaxy. You must help me save the universe and do it valiantly." So we packed up all the stars, and as I tipped my party hats, the king offered us his army and his kung fu fighting cats. Now Grandpa kindly shook his head. We felt we've had enough of stars, pink party flavors, and a bad guy fighting stuff. And we jumped into our sailboat and we took off into flight, passing 7 swimming beats and a tulip with stage fright. Now further up the way, we met a goat on Saturn's rings who warned us that we must hurry or the monster would sprout wings. "A monster sprouting wings?" I asked, not knowing what to think. The goat raised both his eyebrows high while sipping on squid ink. "No, just ordinary wings," said Goat. "They flop in such a flurry. He uses them to capture men, to feed to his fish. Moray?" And I looked at Gramps in awe and saw him wink with a sly grin. He couldn't really think that there was a way for us to win. And I sat nervously, just thinking that this monstrous, ugly creature must surely have 3 heads. I bet one ate his music teacher. Now, quicker than an ambulance and meaner than raccoons, he probably eats toenails with sharp, broken plastic spoons. And he'd be at least 1 mile tall with 37 horns, have scum between his teeth with little bits of moldy corn. And I bet he's got 10 arms that stretch much longer than my streets, and a bald spot on one head, and maybe rattlesnakes for feet. And I shuddered as I thought about this monster drawing near. But Grandpa leaned back calmly, relaxing with no fear. What bravery! Okay, I thought, I'm safe by Grandpa's side. But then we noticed something strange that halted our smooth ride. And I looked where Gramps was pointing, and there sitting on Neptune was a pink and yellow hippo holding onto a balloon. Well, she wasn't all that tall, and her big teeth was awfully green, and she really looked quite goofy, and her name tag read Francine. So was this the big, mean monster? A two-tone, partly hippo? No one was prepared for this. We'd better get a grippo. This was not a monster. He was only odd Francine, disrupting the whole universe while making quite a scene. Poor Francine sat there crying, and she was sobbing. She was shaking, and poor Neptune, it was flooding. It was sinking. It was quacking. Charge! I shouted, and I ran, attacking our stores. But Grandpa simply caught them in his big transparent jaws. And confused, I watched as Gramps approached poor Fran on tippy toes to soothe the troubled hippo with bananas and a rose. Francine refused each offering and rubbed her teary eyes as Gramps continued searching through his briefcase of supplies. And the hippo whimpered loudly, wanting none of Grandpa's things, and explained why she was crying. She had lost her striped shoestrings. And as Grandpa winced and wiggled, this must have been my cues, 'cause looking down, I saw the perfect answer in my shoes. Look at this, I shouted as I ran to Grandpa quick, and I untied both my shoes and simply flung them with a kick. And I raced to the sad hippo, with my laces, and I said, "Mine have stripes like yours. They go really well with red." And the hippo stopped her sobbing as she shouted, "Thank you!" Neptune stopped his quirking as it's now as good as new. And King Mars gave us a trophy, and the solar system cheered. And then last night on the TV news, both Gramps and I appeared. And this time they said, "Let's celebrate deep beneath the sea. Perhaps this is the start of a new trip for Gramps and me." The end. Thanks for joining us again for this story time, boys and girls. We thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll see you soon.